Well, Coach, no precipitation to speak of, but still a very chilly December day in Philly. Winter coats and hot chocolate abound here at Lincoln Financial Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Philadelphia Eagles. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line. 50. Here we go. 280.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Dancing to his left. And his first pass is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Wentz going to throw. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Come off the ball.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 44, Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Being chased out left. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
At their own 20-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
From the 29, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some big gel.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. Fights off the defender. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Bud Dupree able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Let's go, D.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. On 2nd and 11 now. Murray, now he lets it go deep for Kirk. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Ready? 58, come on. You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Now a run with Mack. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Man, 5-7. You think you gonna get this?
Now Wentz. Forced out to and a big loss here as he's taken down. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Tanner Vallejo.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where it came from.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing now is Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after 1.
Go. 180. Check 53. Let's go, D. Let's 5-7. 53.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz escaping the pressure right. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 20-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Let's go now.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Second down, Murray sets to throw. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Hakeem Butler there, and it's third and short.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
First down, Murray. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a second down.
Let's go, let's go. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long.
Double dog, that's the way.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray able to find Isabella. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Here's Johnson. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd and 9, Murray underneath for Johnson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down. They come out here in the I.
Check 53. Hey, come on, now. Alert flare.
They'll run it with Johnson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Ready. 15 on it. I got it.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Fletcher Cox, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Go. Waiting. Check.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. The end result, 21 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Steps away to his left. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wentz throwing complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The second quarter score from KC. The Chiefs continue to add on. They're really rolling. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one.
81. Let's see what you got.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Wentz now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10. Flush to his right. He completes this one to Mack. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Here we go. Whee! Watch the run. The side, baby. That's baby side. 58's the mark.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And that'll set them back 5.
All day. Come on, set. Pittsburgh. Check. Walk 54. Army.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Here we go. Hey, hold on. Spot forward. Bring it.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray. And that is incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray on the screen. This is Edmonds. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45, and that will come the offense as they take over.
Go
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can attempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
At the 32-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
You don't want that, baby. You don't want that. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And that will be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, You'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Ready. 15 money. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Check. Crunch.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That good for 22 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 10 yards out, and the Cardinals push further out in front. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Mike Daniels able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
From his end zone, it's Wentz on 3rd and long. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
That's a lot of points. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Again, they run with Edmonds. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And it's third down.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing is Murray on third down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Hey, Haywood!
Wentz now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback. No matter the situation in there, the defense won the battle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Wentz now to throw. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
46 down, man, 5-4. Huge off Porter. Hey, let's go.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And he's brought down. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. To throw is Wentz. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal.
Hey, 5-7.
Now Wentz again. And it'll be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Gets this to Isabella on the jet sweep. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. With a 3rd and long. And he finds his man. That's Butler. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll be an Arizona 1st down on a gain of 17.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Johnson. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And down to the 7-yard line. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 7-yard line.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Stop your whining.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the Eagles' 8-yard line.
Another carry now for Edmonds. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Now Matt Bryant on for the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Bryant is good. And that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, the number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. That's caught at the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
Buying time to his left. Chip, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, his second touchdown on the season as they are able to cut into that lead.
As you know, I love the players of the past, but the players of the present and their mobility to move around and play quarterback, we just saw the end result of a guy that can shake it and find a guy open downfield.
And they will get back to within one score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the fourth. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a two-point conversion to tie. And the Cardinals' hands team able to secure the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
You got it. You got it.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing it on 3rd and long. Murray. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown.
That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, an 80-yard touchdown. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Wentz to throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth.
Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, You've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
To throw is Murray. Stepping up, he'll try and run. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Murray to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Chase Edmonds, the man he was looking for, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This is taken at his 4. Through an opening, and there he goes. There are no flags. He's into the end zone.
Touchdown.
And an amazing return wins it in OT. A partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just... What was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off.